Hello and welcome back to Good Morning Lancaster. I'm Craig Underwood. Thank you for joining us. Today we're going to be joined by Sharon from the African Caribbean Society and Shannon and Connie from Furness College. Let's bring you up to date with the latest news headlines. The Vice President for Activities, Ben Francis, has started a sport consultation for students which includes free breakfast. Ben, along with staff from the Students' Union and Sports Centre, spent Friday asking students about where they think funding and resources should go. If you want to have your say, then there's an online survey on the union's website. A study at Lancaster University has found that bringing up global issues such as climate change in constituencies is hard for MPs. Rebecca Willis from the university's sociology department said, despite climate change being a major threat, there's a considerable gulf between what scientists say needs doing and what there's public support for. A European initiative, led by an academic at Lancaster University, has helped Morecambe get back to work. The pilot scheme developed a training programme which aimed to help people from hard-to-reach communities back into work. Due to its success, the training has moved on to other communities in other areas of the UK, such as Salford. Today marks the start of Random Acts of Kindness Week. Lancaster University Student Union has put on the week as part of the Grow Your Minds mental health campaign. As the week will consist of tips on how to be kind to those around you, as well as freebies and Alex Square on Thursday. We'll now be joined by Shannon and Connie from Furness College. But first, the Strictly Showcase was just over a week ago, can you believe? Here is a look at the winning dance from Dan and Beth.
Next up, we have former Pendle JCR officer Bethany Nixon and Daniel Clarkson. Daniel is the ballroom treasurer and is competing in his first Strictly. They're doing a cha-cha-cha to cut the feeling from the film Ballerina. The film is the story of an orphan girl who follows her dreams to become a ballerina. Let's hope that tonight Bethany and Daniel can also follow their dreams on the dance floor.
I had a dream, or was it real? We crossed the line and it was on. We crossed the line, it was on this time. I've been denying how I feel, you've been denying what you want. You want from me, talk to me, baby. I want some satisfaction, take me to the stars, just like I want to go all the way. Show me devotion and take me all the way. Take me to emotion. I want to go all the way. Show me devotion and take me all the way. All the way. Take me all the way. I wanna cut through the clouds, break the ceiling. I want it on the roof, you and me alone. I wanna cut to the feeling.
We're now joined by Shannon and Connie from Furness College. Thank you for joining us. Now, Shannon, you were in the Ballroom Dance Society actually, so what did you think of their dance?
Oh no, it was really good. I watched the event and I'm glad Dan won. It was definitely worth it.
It was amazing, wasn't it? It was a great event to go to. So you're here to talk about Furness JCR. Are you both on the JCR?
Yes.
Yeah, we are.
So what are your roles?
I'm media and comms, so do posters and things.
Yeah.
And then I'm president.
Oh, right. So what does being president involve in the JCR?
Just be the face of the college, make sure we're there to listen to everyone, and then making sure the JCR do their job. So make sure Connie gets her posters out.
Yes, and have you been doing a lot of media work, getting the name out for Furness College?
Yeah, well, trying to.
Yeah.
She's very good at it.
So you've been newly elected then, because were the JCR elections quite recent?
They were last term, yes. We started this January.
Right. So have you got any events coming up? So I suppose you've got Plenty on the social calendar.
We do.
Yeah, we do. So we have a Valentine's event in collaboration with County College this Wednesday. So it'll be in their bar, and we've got the
What are
drag
you
queen
doing for
from
that, sorry?
the drag queen from D2 Bars coming
Oh, right.
to County College, and we're doing it. It's called the Cuff Me Up Challenge. So you sign up. There's like a Survey Monkey, and you'll go on stage, and then people can like say whether they want to be cuffed up with you. And then we've got like handcuffs, and we're going to cuff people together
Sounds like a fun night.
and go on a crawl around town.
That sounds good. What bars have you got in?
So we're doing County College, and then we'll go to D2 Bar, and then End in Sugar on Wednesday night.
Wow. So have you both been involved in planning that? Or-
Yeah.
What does it take to put on an event like that?
It's mostly been with the socials.
Yeah.
The socials have been working on it. Our socials execs have worked really hard with that. In terms of me, I did the posters for it
Yeah,
on social media.
getting the name out for
Yeah.
it. And working closely with County College then.
College, yeah.
So what's that been like, sort of talking across JCRs?
I think it's been pretty smooth, to be fair. It's good to like get to know all the other JCRs as well. Good to work
Yeah, I
with them.
suppose you can sort of work together and
Yeah.
and
Make
have
a
you-
bigger event
Yeah.
with more people.
So have you got any other events planned with other colleges or within your own college?
On Saturday we have our 15-hour bar crawl.
It's going to be a long one.
We do twice a year, so one in first term, one in second term.
Have you
So-
both done it before?
Yes.
Yeah, so we both
So
won
we-
the JCR last year, so
Oh,
We did it
okay.
then
So
as well.
you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, putting on an event like that has got to be quite a challenge because I mean, 15 hours, that's a long time. Do you get involved with the event or do you sort of stand back and watch the chaos happen?
A little bit of both.
yeah.
Okay.
We get involved, but probably more of a distance than other students who get involved.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
You're still in charge.
Yeah.
You're still in
Yeah.
charge.
We've got to keep it together.
Make sure everyone's
Yeah.
safe as well.
Yeah, I suppose that's a big part of the JCR because it's so involved in welfare and looking after people
Yeah.
as well. What's been your experience of welfare? I mean, so far, so you've been on the JCR in the past. Did you have the same positions, or were you?
I did.
And
Yeah.
I was the other media and comms officer.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
you're both experienced in that. So I suppose moving on to a different role in the JCR, what's that like?
No, it's change.
Yeah.
It's hard to let go out of my old position, to be fair. But it's good to know that like I've had the experience before and I can help everyone else as well.
You know that Connie's going to do a good job
Yeah.
with that, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Let's hope.
Yeah. So with all of these events coming up, where can people find out more about what's going on?
On our social media.
Yep, we have all our social media, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it's all Finesse College. We also have a newsletter weekly that goes out on a Monday called Trev's Times, which you can find on the website. And that has, every Monday it'll have everything that's going on in the week.
Right.
Set
So
out.
you got it all
So
planned
we've got
out.
it
and
all.
people
We've got
people
it
know
all.
what's
I hope
going.
so.
We hope
And is there any booking or anything that you have to do to get onto either the Valentine's event or the bar crawl?
So we have the sign up link on the event for the Valentine's event, and then we're selling tickets this Wednesday for the 15 hour
Okay.
in our Finesse TV room. But anyone's welcome to come, it's not just Finesse College.
Okay, that's good. And so, I mean, going back to just generally about the JCR, so you've both had to run campaigns to get to where you are now, and I mean, a presidential campaign, that's a bit different, you know. How did you find running in a campaign?
I enjoyed it, to be fair. It's quite stressful at times, but it's good fun.
It
You had more
is.
competition than I did.
Yeah, it was quite contested. There was,
Media.
yeah,
it was.
four
4 or 5, yeah.
or five
It's a
of
lot
us.
people, yeah.
So it was quite intense.
And what were your main? How did you go about
Bringing
campaigning?
up the manifesto.
Yeah.
So a new thing that I was bringing up was YouTube.
Okay.
We do have a YouTube channel, and I wanted to like bring that a lot more because I wanted to make the JCR just more approachable.
Yeah.
I think it can sometimes seem a little distant from everyone else. So we've just started that actually. The first video went up this weekend. It's called Junior Challenge Room. So
Right.
the JCR members like have little challenges against each other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you get to know the people who are in the JCR.
Yeah,
that's what we're hoping.
And how did your campaign go?
I was uncontested, so
Uncontested?
it was
Oh.
a lot easier than Connie's was.
Oh,
But I still put the post out there and spoke to everyone. And it was good. It was good just to meet everyone and talk to everyone. That's the main point
Yeah.
of it.
And I mean, I suppose you get to know people as prisoners, you know, in the
Yeah.
JCR in general. You get to meet people from your college. What's the response been like from from people who maybe know you, maybe who don't?
It's been positive, yeah. It's good.
Good. Been doing a good job so far.
Hopefully, I hope so.
Hopefully, and I
You
really
have.
hope these events go well for you.
Thank you.
They sound really, really fun. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's been good to hear from you. We'll next be joined by Sharon from the African Caribbean Society. But first, Pancake Day is tomorrow, can you believe? And here is the XLE1 TV station manager, Chris, giving advice on how to make the best pancakes.
So the pancakes, we've got one egg, 100 grams of flour going in, and we'll add to that half a pint of milk, probably about right. So, we've got the ingredients in there, just going to whisk that all together. There we go. Give that frying pan a quick rinse. This mix will make us about half a dozen pancakes, depending on the size of your frying pan. This one's obviously going to make far fewer of that than will the smaller one. A little bit of olive oil in the pan. If you've got any kitchen paper, it can be easiest to just dab some oil onto kitchen paper and rub that around the pan, and then pour in your mix. A little bit more for this size pan. Spread it out. Just how we get into this one. A bit too joint in this pan. Zest to it, just makes it a little bit more crispy. Be careful if you tend not to put your hob on the higher setting. I have done for now just to get them up to temperature, but if once it's up to temperature, turn it down a little bit, or you might end up burning them a little bit on one side. And you can tell when it's about ready to flip, when most of the liquid is solidified a little bit and just doesn't really move when you tilt the pan from side to side. In the meantime, whilst they're getting ready, I'm going to add some more mix into this, because we've got a whole TV studio crew to feed, and they won't be very happy if they get missed. That one's nearly there now. The egg goes in. And then the remaining half pint of milk. So I'll just push that a little bit shell out. Right, that is very nearly ready to flip. Oops, that one's not quite because there's still a little bit of liquid in there. Second batch of batter ready. If you've got a spatula or something, have we got one ready? There we go. If you've got a spatula, you can just sort of poke around the edges and see if it's ready. That one is still a bit pale on the bottom, so it's not ready. This one is much better, a bit thick. Oops. Oh, we'll do a full 360. There we go. Third time lucky. If you've got a really big frying pan like this, just watch out that it's not, the edges might not cook as fast if they're off the edges of the hot plate. That one is just about done. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. A little bit of mix stuck to the pan there. There we go, that's our first one done. Oops, that one. It's a little bit thinner, so it's done just that little bit quicker. Second one is now done. It helps if you put a little bit of oil back in each time, but only a drop. There we go. Don't stop just yet.
Welcome back. That was more riveting content from your award-winning student TV station. We're now joined by Sharon from the African Caribbean Society. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So are you going to be making some pancakes for Pancake Day?
Most probably.
Yeah, it's always a fun event, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But you're here to talk about ACS. Can you tell us a bit about your society?
So the African Caribbean Society is there based on the values of entertainment and educating people about African and Caribbean culture in general. So anyone can get involved as long as you're into the fashion, the food, especially food.
We love it.
Music.
Yeah.
So whatever you like, you can definitely get involved.
So, I mean, well, how can people get involved?
So if you like our Facebook page called Lancaster ACS, and then you'll be able to just email us or Facebook message us about any events that are coming up and get tickets for events that are coming up as well.
And so you were saying it's about, you know, showing people culture and I mean, how important is that to you as a society, as important spreading, you know, about talking about your culture?
It's very important because we're talking about our culture from our perspective. A lot of the times you see African culture within the TV or within media or within social media, and it's about time that, you know, people from these African and Caribbean nations just spoke about their own culture from their own eyes and perspectives. Yeah.
And so when people come along to your events, what sort of events do you hold?
So the past events that we have held was a Black History Month celebration event, which was really good. It was like a dinner where everyone got a meal and a dessert, and we had performances from people up and down the country and from people within Lancaster University as well. So it was just a good celebration of like the long way that Africans and Caribbeans have come since slavery, since colonization, and just celebrating where we are now and what we still need to do to continue moving.
And I mean, it's I've seen some of the footage that people, you know, seen what was happening at those events, and it seems like a really fun place to be. I mean, Black History Month and all of the celebrations that went on there, it looked like a really fun time. So what was your favourite part?
Definitely my favourite part was hearing spoken word. Like, it was my first time hearing spoken word from, like, live. Yeah. And just the rhythm that these people have and the poeticness that they have as well is absolutely amazing. It is an absolute skill to be able to do spoken word in the first place. And it was really, really good. The artists that we had come in, Emmanuel, they were really, really good. Like now he's doing a ad campaign with New Look.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. So it's like he came to
Getting some
Lancaster
big names.
University, and now he's a big name.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, the society does have this pull, doesn't it, of bringing people in to talk about culture. And that's exactly right.
Yeah.
But so that's past events.
Mhm.
I believe you've got an event coming up.
Yes, we do. We have a Take Me Out event, which we're taking our members and anyone who's interested to Sheffield. So we'll be taking them to Sheffield on a coach, bearing in mind that a train ticket to Sheffield is roughly £28.
Yeah.
So we're only charging £20 for the coach, for food, the price of the tickets. We have an after party as well. We also have a sex blogger that is at the event and hosting the whole event for us. So it's a good event that we have Northern Alliance unis as well that are gathering. So we've got Manchester, Salford, Hull, Leeds. A lot of unis are coming together for this event. So it's going to be really exciting.
That sounds like it sounds like an enormous event. You know,
Yeah.
you've got a whole load of people happening. So, what exactly are you going to be doing on your event?
We're there to just represent Lancaster ACS because most of the time people do not know that Lancaster even exists, especially when you come from like the South or Midlands. People don't know where is Lancaster.
Yeah.
They're just like, I don't know about Lancaster. So we're really trying to put Lancaster on the map in general, not just as an ACS, but as a university.
Wow. And that's something that we can all obviously get behind. I mean, just being part of this university community, spreading that the word to other places, that can only be a good thing. So, is that the event that you've got the flyer for?
Oh yes, so this is the flyer for our event. If you are interested in going to this event, please add us on Facebook at Lancaster ACS and send us a message, and then we'll respond to you as soon as possible. So for members, it is £20. For non-members, it is £22. So.
So that's a huge increase for non-members. I mean, oh my goodness. And I suppose that everyone can find you on your Facebook events and things.
Yeah.
And have you got anything coming up after this? Have you got any big plans for the future?
Oh yeah, so we also like to do academic events as well. It's not all about just having fun, unfortunately. So we have one careers event where we have people from the base coming over, and we're just going to be teaching people about how you should be structuring your CV, how you should be applying for VAC schemes, placement schemes, you know, just general stuff that people struggle with.
Yeah, helping people along.
Helping people along. And then we have another event that is coming up nearer to exam season, whereby we have third years, fourth years, second years, and they're teaching first years the mistakes that they have done and how to avoid them in their academic struggles and so on forth, and how they can really get a first or a 2-1 in
It's
their
incredible
degree.
because so often, you know, obviously you get the same mistakes come back and back, and people go, "Oh, I wish somebody had told me that." So, I mean, if you've got an event that's going to do that, then that's perfect. So that's coming up in the future. But your Take Me Out event, when is that? And once more, so it's the 17th?
Yes, it is this Saturday that we'll be going to Sheffield, which is so exciting.
Yeah. So get involved by going on your Facebook page, and there's all the details there.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
We're now going to take a look at what's coming up on campus this week. Elections for the new Lancaster University Students' Union full-time officers will be happening on Wednesday. If you're thinking about running, the Candidates Academy are hosting events to explain about the process, what you can run for, and some top tips for campaigning. The sessions will be on the 15th of February at 11 a.m. and the 21st of February at 2 p.m. before nominations close on the 23rd. Also, Wednesday, Sir Ian McKellen will be visiting the university. The actor, who was given an honorary degree, will be coming to campus as part of the LGBT History Month. Sir Ian said that he's delighted to be making his debut at the university and will be talking about his experience as a gay man from his childhood in South Lancashire. The event will be held in the Great Hall at 3 p.m, and unfortunately all the tickets have sold out. The Mountaineering Club are running a weekend trip to North Wales over the weekend. There'll be a variety of activities from climbing to scrambling. The trip costs £35, which includes transport, food and accommodation. If you're interested, then you can visit their webpage at www.lumc.org.uk. On Saturday, the university will be hosting the Student Education Conference. The conference will be an open discussion around the larger issues in higher education, such as careers, mental health, and the University of the Year. Although tickets are free, you do need to book, so be sure to get them in time. There's a trip to Manchester on Sunday with European Culture Society. The trip will visit the city for Chinese New Year and follow the celebrations throughout the day from traditional music to the famous Dragon Parade. Tickets are only £10, so be sure to find out all the vital information on their Facebook page or email them. Also, we've got the Take Me Out event from the ACS Society, so make sure to find their Facebook page. We hope everyone had a great week, and we'll see you next week for another episode of Good Morning Lancaster. Goodbye.